Have you ever dreamt of a place where myth and reality dance together, where every breath feels like a step into another world? Imagine a land where the stories of old seem to linger in the air and the landscape itself feels alive, with secrets waiting to be discovered. Here, mountains rise up to touch the sky, their ancient peaks shrouded in mist and legend. The air is thick with history, and every stone seems to whisper tales of the past. Let me take you to the Isle of Skye, off Scotland's wild west coast, a landscape sculpted by giants and painted by the ever-changing northern light. This is a place where the boundaries between reality and folklore blur, and the land itself feels enchanted. Every turn in the winding roads reveals a new, breathtaking vista. Towering cliffs, rolling hills, and valleys carved by ancient glaciers. The scenery is so dramatic it almost feels otherworldly. Skye is wild, elemental, and pure. The wind sweeps across the moors, carrying with it the scent of rain and the promise of adventure. Here, nature reigns supreme, untamed and beautiful. Imagine waking to a world shrouded in mist, the silence broken only by distant birds or the gentle bleating of sheep on the hillsides. The morning fog rolls over the land, softening every edge and making the world feel hushed and magical. The air is crisp, scented with wild heather and the rich, damp earth beneath your feet. Dew sparkles on the grass, and every breath fills you with a sense of peace and possibility. This is Skye's daily magic, a quiet, enchanting beauty that greets you with every sunrise. The light here is ever-changing, casting a golden glow over the land and making even the simplest moments feel extraordinary. The island is a tapestry of dramatic landscapes, jagged Quilin peaks that pierce the sky, rolling green glens that stretch as far as the eye can see, and hidden corners that invite exploration. Along the rugged coastline, sea cliffs plunge into the churning waters below, while hidden beaches wait to be discovered by those willing to wander off the beaten path. It's a place both rugged and gentle, where soft meadows meet harsh cliffs, and the contrast only deepens its charm. Skye is a land of paradoxes, where every landscape tells a different story. And hidden within this landscape lies a secret. A series of crystal-clear pools and cascading waterfalls, tucked away in a remote glen that feels untouched by time. These are places where the water runs pure and cold, and the only sounds are the rush of falls and the whisper of the wind. They're called the fairy pools, legendary waters said to be enchanted, shimmering with turquoise hues that seem almost unreal. The fairy pools are the heart of our journey today. A place where the magic of Skye is at its most vivid. More than just a beautiful walk, a visit to the fairy pools is a true encounter with wonder. Here, visitors are left in awe, inspired by the sheer beauty and the sense of mystery that lingers in the air. So come with me, let's discover them together. The adventure begins now in this land of mist and legend, where every step brings a new story to life. Our adventure begins as we leave the main road behind, trading the familiar for the wild unknown. The landscape quickly transforms, and a sense of anticipation fills the air. The car hums along, winding deeper into the heart of the Isle of Skye, where every mile feels like a step further into a storybook. Soon, we enter Glen Brittle, a vast and breathtaking valley cradled by the jagged silhouettes of the Black Quilin Mountains. The valley stretches out before us, a patchwork of green meadows and wild heather, all under a sky that seems to change by the minute, sometimes brooding, sometimes brilliant. The single-track road twists and turns through this epic scenery, each bend revealing a new vista more dramatic than the last. With every curve, the anticipation builds, as if the land itself is drawing us closer to something magical. The air feels charged with possibility, thick with the scent of rain and earth. The mountains loom above, shrouded in mist, as if they're ancient guardians watching over hidden wonders. It's easy to imagine legends being born here, whispered by the wind. As you step out of the car and onto the gravel path, the world narrows to the crunch beneath your boots and the gentle murmur of running water nearby. The sound is soothing, a constant companion as you begin your walk, inviting you to slow down and take in every detail. This is the River Brittle, its waters tumbling down from the high peaks above. With every step, the river seems to grow clearer and colder, its surface sparkling in the shifting light. It's as if the mountains themselves are pouring their essence into this stream, purifying it as it flows. The path meanders alongside the river, leading you through pockets of wildflowers and mossy stones. Soon you come to a small wooden bridge, its planks weathered by countless footsteps. Crossing it feels like stepping into another world, one where time slows and nature reigns. And then, almost without warning, you catch your first glimpse. The first fairy pool appears, nestled among the rocks and heather. The sight is so sudden and striking it almost takes your breath away. The water is impossibly clear, shimmering with an ethereal turquoise glow that seems to come from within. It's so transparent you can see every pebble on the bottom, every ripple on the surface, as if the pool is lit by some hidden magic. No photograph or video can truly prepare you for this moment. Standing here, surrounded by the wild beauty of Skye, you realize that some places must be experienced to be believed. As you follow the path, each new pool reveals its own character. Some are deep and sapphire blue, perfect for a daring plunge, while others are shallow and playful, their waters dancing over smooth stones. All are connected by a series of cascading waterfalls, each one adding to the sense of wonder. It truly feels like stumbling into a secret garden, a place sculpted by nature's own hand. Wildflowers bloom along the banks, and the air is filled with the scent of fresh water and earth. It's a landscape that feels both ancient and alive, untouched yet welcoming. The magic of the fairy pools is undeniable, and as you continue along the trail, you can't help but feel that this is only the beginning of the adventure. There's so much more to discover. Let's keep exploring together. The fairy pools captivate with their astonishing colors, an entire spectrum of aquamarine, emerald and sapphire. Their vibrant hues come from pure water flowing over dark volcanic gabbro rock. On sunny days, the pools sparkle with impossible intensity. On cloudy days, they become mystical, shrouded in mist. The landscape around them is a patchwork of peat, heather and wildflowers, with rowan trees adding splashes of color. As you walk further, countless waterfalls appear, some gentle, some dramatic, all masterpieces of nature. A natural rock arch carved by water over millennia is the perfect spot to pause and take it all in. The harmony of water, rock, and plant life creates a sensory experience like no other. Here, time slows and peace settles in. The pools invite you to simply be present. This is Skye's magic distilled. Let it fill you. Getting to the fairy pools is an adventure through Skye's most spectacular scenery. From Portray, the island's capital, you drive south toward the Quillan Mountains, winding along narrow roads. The final stretch is a single-track road into Glen Brittle, slow-going but worth every moment for the views. Loch Brittle's dark waters reflect the looming mountains, setting the mood. The car park is well signposted. Arrive early to beat the crowds. The gravel path to the pools is clear, with gentle inclines and stepping stones. The walk takes about 20 minutes, longer if you stop to soak in the atmosphere. Sturdy waterproof footwear and a rain jacket are essential. This is Skye after all. The journey to the fairy pools is a highlight in itself. The A87 offers stunning views of the Red Quillan Hills, their gentle slopes glowing in the evening light. A detour to Sligachan Old Bridge is a must, an iconic spot with the Quillan Mountains as a backdrop. Nearby, the Sligachan Hotel is a legendary stop for adventurers. As you head toward Carbost, Loch Harport's calm waters mirror the sky. The village of Carbost is home to the Talisker distillery, where the scent of peat and barley fills the air. Just before the pools, Glen Brittle Campsite and Cafe offer a perfect rest stop. The wild volcanic sand beach nearby is a striking place to breathe in the sea air. The fairy pools are steeped in legend, a gateway to the otherworld where fairies are said to bathe and infuse the water with magic. Local tales speak of the MacLeod clan's fairy flag, a gift from the fairies with the power to grant victory in battle. The area's deep connection to fairy lore is woven into every stone and stream. Another legend tells of the Sligachan River, where bathing your face in its waters is said to grant beauty and wisdom. These stories add a rich layer of meaning to your visit, reminding us that Skye has inspired wonder for centuries. As you walk by the pools, you're not just a visitor, you're part of a long tradition of enchantment. The landscape invites you to imagine, to believe in magic, if only for a moment. Here, history and myth are alive. For the bold and the curious, the fairy pools offer more than just a breathtaking view. They extend an irresistible invitation to step out of your comfort zone and take a wild swim in nature's own playground. Plunging into the icy, crystal-clear water is a shock to the senses, exhilarating, invigorating, and utterly unforgettable. In that moment, you feel a pure connection with Skye's wildness, as if the landscape itself is welcoming you into its secret world. The deeper pools, especially those hidden beneath the ancient rock arch, are perfect for a bracing dip that will leave your heart pounding and your spirit soaring. Floating in the turquoise water, surrounded by dark volcanic rock and rolling green hills, you feel utterly alive, every sense heightened, every worry washed away. The cold bites at your skin, but the thrill of the experience is worth every shiver. It's a moment of pure presence where time seems to slow and the world narrows to water, rock and sky. Of course, safety is key. The water is cold, the rocks are slippery, and you should never swim alone. Always check the conditions and respect the power of nature. Even just paddling in the shallows is a delight, a simple pleasure that refreshes body and mind after the walk. The cold water revives tired feet, soothing away the aches of the trail, and the clear stream swirls around your ankles, sparkling in the sunlight and carrying your cares downstream. Whether you take the plunge or simply dip your toes, you'll remember the sensation, the chill, the laughter, the beauty, long after you leave. It's a story you'll tell for years, a memory that grows fonder with every retelling. Sometimes the simplest moments, sunlight on water, laughter echoing off the rocks, are the most magical of all. The fairy pools invite you to experience, not just observe. They ask you to be part of the story. So, will you take the plunge and dip into another world? The fairy pools sit at the foot of the Black Quillian, one of the UK's most dramatic mountain ranges. Their jagged peaks dominate the skyline, often wreathed in cloud, adding to their mystery. You don't need to be a climber to appreciate their grandeur. Just sit and gaze up from the path. For the adventurous, trails lead deeper into the glen, offering solitude and breathtaking views back over the pools. Wildlife abounds. Red deer graze the slopes and eagles soar overhead. In the river, salmon leap upstream to spawn. This is a living, breathing landscape, a wild heart beating beneath the mountains. Here, nature's power is humbling. Let yourself be awed. As our journey ends, take a moment to reflect. The fairy pools are more than a destination. They're an experience that rekindles wonder. Maybe this story has sparked your own dreams of adventure, near or far. These journeys, big or small, enrich our lives and become the stories we cherish. The world is full of enchanting places, each with its own magic. All it takes is curiosity and a willingness to explore. I hope you'll join me for more adventures ahead. For now, close your eyes and imagine the cool Scottish air, the sound of waterfalls, the sight of turquoise water. Where will your next adventure take you? The world is waiting. Take the first step.